Hello there, my lovely frugal friends. How are we all doing? I hope you are doing well. If you have not been here before, I'm Samantha. This is the channel Trying to Get By, because that is what we are doing. We are trying to get by with what we have got. And what we have got is a husband who's got slightly high cholesterol, apparently. So the doctor has said, but we are focusing on lowering it using lots of good food for him to have, because we don't want to go on medication if we don't have to. So I have found a recipe, because walnuts are amazing, apparently, at bringing that cholesterol down. So I've found a recipe for a walnut bread. So that is what we are going to be focusing on today. It's using quite simple ingredients. There's no yeast in this bread. The only, so I suppose, special ingredient is the walnuts, which we managed to get from a little deli not far from us in Chiltern, who sell nuts and things really, really well priced, much better than the supermarkets. So let's get on and crack on with this recipe. Sorry about that, tripping all over my words today. Anyway, the recipe is 250 grams of walnuts, and I've split it down because 200 grams goes in the recipe and 50 grams goes on the top. 150 grams of wholemeal flour, 150 grams of plain flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, 250 mils of milk, and 1 tablespoon of cider vinegar. I'm using my soy milk because that is what we have the most of, and it is the cheapest, because we only pay 50p for a litre carton. So there we go. So there is our soy milk. So to that, to make buttermilk, you add a tablespoon, which I'm going to guesstimate, about that much, a tablespoon of cider vinegar, and that will curdle it, and it still works with this milk as well, which is really, really good. You've got to give it a good few minutes to be working, but you can already see, you see how it's already started to split it? So I've done this and used this a number of times, and it works really, really well. So I'm going to set up the camera and we're going to carry on with the rest of the recipe. There we go. We're going to pop in 150 grams of our plain flour. Now, it is meant to be sieved, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it into the sieve to weigh it before I actually sieve it through, because it takes twice as long to do and is a bit more awkward to measure if you're trying to sieve and weigh at the same time. Okay, 150 grams of that one. Get that through. Just little bits. And then 150 of the wholemeal. Here we go, nearly there. Oh, I think I went a little bit over. So let me just pull out that perfect amount. There we go. Find something to wipe my hands on. And we'll sieve that through. Now we're going to be left with probably a few grains that won't sieve, but we will just dump those through as long as we've got the majority sieved. There we go. I don't normally sieve. It's a rare occurrence that I sieve anything. So there's all the nice whole grain parts. So we'll pop those in. Then we are going to put in a teaspoon each of our rising agents. So we have got our baking powder and our baking soda. So there is our baking powder. Here is our baking soda. Those are done. Pop those to the side. Get rid of the scales now, because we don't need those. The next thing we're going to do is not at the bowl. It is at the smoothie maker, because I use that as a blender, and we're going to blend up our walnuts into a nice fine crumb. Here we go, all blended up. Don't want to blend it too far, because we'll end up with the walnut version of peanut butter, so walnut butter, but there we go. All broken down in there. And then the best bit is getting your hands in. So it says you want to give it make sure everything's nice and crumbled. Oh, that one got missed. I'll take that one out. And mix it in with the flour. Oh, another one missed. Like I said, I didn't want to take it too far because it started to look a bit the oils could start coming out. So if you've got a few little chunks, don't worry about it. But if you've got some great big ones, take those out. There we go. Now we're going to make a well in the middle and get going on adding our buttermilk, which has definitely curdled, as you can see. And the recipe recommends that you use your hands to blend. So slowly add. Oh, wow. Yes, you can definitely see that that is curdlified. Now it's a wet mixture. So as long as we've got no dry parts left, it's not a dough like you would expect with a standard bread. There we go. Like I say, just making sure there's no dry patches and it's all mixed in really, really, really well. Get those hands in there. If you've got a child that would like to get their hands messy, this is a perfect job for them. There we go. That looks pretty well mixed to me. I'm going to scrape my hands, prepare my pan. Just going to pour a little bit of spray oil on it. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. Now, spray oil wise, we have actually converted over to avocado oil. That's also apparently another cholesterol reducing one. You can use olive oil as well. I prefer avocado oil because of the smoke point's a lot higher. So it's better for, it's more multi-purpose, so it's better for frying and different things like that. So that's why we're using that. The only thing is about avocado oil is it does look a bit green when it comes out. But there we go. That's my hand done. That's that ready. I'm going to leave that in there because I'll use that to scrape. And I'm going to prepare my pan. So it's really easy if you've got a spray to spray your pan with some oil. Like I say, it is a little, I don't know if you can see on there, it is a little bit greener than just using standard oil. But it does the job. So there we go. We're just going to deposit all this mixture into the pan. There we go. Make sure you scrape every bit. Don't waste anything. There we go. And just flatten everything down. Now we've got some walnuts left that were part of that extra 50 grams. I can see from the texture of this that the baking soda and baking powder are starting to activate. There we go. That will do. That is nice and flat. Let's pop these on top. There we go. Last little bit, and it did say press them in because otherwise they might start falling off. But we are done. This is going to go into the oven for about 45 minutes. It is 160 fan, 180 regular. I think that's about gas mark 4. And we'll see what it looks like in a little bit. So I've cut a slice off. I've let it cool down a bit. It's not completely cold, but the main taste tester is here. So we're going to see what Chris thinks of this. Here we go. It's a little crumbly because it's still quite warm.
Yeah.
So have a test and a taste and tell me.
It's weird, but it's nice. It's not like normal bread.
No, it's not a leavened bread. So it's a bit different.
Well,
I won't make sandwiches out of it.
no, I can't make sandwiches out of it, but I can imagine it with soup. It'd be really nice. It's weird. I can't describe what it's like. It's almost like an unset biscuit.
All right, look, spread me a little bit off.
It's like a savoury biscuit that's still soft.
Mm.
So it's, yeah. But
the flavour's great.
It's quite moreish.
Flavour's delicious. And if you like nutty flavours, then you are absolutely fine with it.
That's really right. It's really nice. It's weird, but I like it.
So since recording the making of that video, I have made some more walnut bread, which you can see here. And this has been in the freezer and it freezes brilliantly well. Chris has been taking it to work every day, 2 slices in lieu of one of his sandwiches, having it with soup, which he said in the video would be ideal for, and it is absolutely brilliant. It slices up really, really well when it's cooled, so let it cool completely, then slice it, and then just pop it on a tray, stick it in the freezer, and then once it's frozen, stick it in a freezer bag and it's good to go. We just take it out in the morning, take 2 slices out in the morning, pop it in Chris's lunchbox, and he says by lunchtime it's perfect. And he says it's just got a really good Moorish flavour to it. You know, you just want to have another bite, and he's really, really enjoyed it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and the making of this walnut bread. If you're interested in more bread recipes, I will pop a video either there, or maybe both. And don't forget to do that liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.